Welcome to Utica TV Overtime. I'm James Brown.
And I'm Corinne Bush. Before we get started, we would like to thank Spectrum for their fast internet service and for helping make Utica TV Overtime possible. To sign up for Spectrum internet or mobile service, please call 1-800-831-1547 or use the QR code shown. Tell them Utica TV sent you.
Now let's get into the action.
The Utica women's basketball team dropped their regular season opener to the RPI Engineers by a score of 81-53. The Pioneers struggled to match the pace of the Engineers offense out of the gate, being outscored by RPI 28-12 in the first. The Pioneer offense showed signs of life in the next period of play, but would ultimately be outscored by 10 points in the second. The second half saw more tightly contested play, with the Pioneers limiting the Engineers' scoring opportunities, but would go on to lose by 28 points. The Pioneers were led by freshman forward Vanessa Hall, who had a team-high 12 points on the 45% shooting from the field. The Engineers' Nicole Duprat shined with a game-high 22 points on an 8-for-14 shooting, including a remarkable 6-10 from beyond the arc.
On Friday, November 10th, Utica men's basketball team hosted SUNY Potsdam Bears for their first game of the season. The game was highlighted by Dayon Thompson, who dropped 25 points, going 4 for 5 from three-point range and 10 for 12 overall. Through one half, the Pioneers forced 5 steals and 1 block, putting on a defensive clinic. Damian Call dropped 15 points in 32 minutes, and Justice Brantley dropped 17 points in 33 minutes. The Pioneers would close out this game 86-70, winning on opening night at Mega Court. They would travel to Morrisville on the 14th to take on the Mustangs.
The Utica women's hockey team returned home this past weekend to face off with the Wilkes University Colonels in a 2-game series. Friday night's game was a nail-biter, with both goalies putting on a show. Utica's own Angela Hawthorne registered 22 saves on 22 shots, and Wilkes' Audrey Milne had a jaw-dropping 54 saves on 54 shots. Both teams were unable to find twine in regulation, so this contest was sent into overtime. However, it was more of the same, and the two teams were knotted up at 0 to 4 periods of play. The Pioneers would claim the extra point after a shootout victory after the captain Erica Sloan beat Milne on a nifty move. Goalie Angela Hawthorne recorded her first shutout of the season and her 14th career shutout, making her the new program record holder. Congrats, Angela. The Pioneers would battle it out with Wilkes the next afternoon for the second game of a 2-game series.
This past Saturday, the men's and women's cross-country teams faced off in their NCAA Niagara Regional Championships. The men's team came in 13th out of 25 teams, scoring 363 points, and the 8-kilometer race came out shining was Bennett Melita, who placed 55th with a time of 26 minutes and 1 second. The women's team was not so far behind as they came in 16th place out of 20 teams and scored 462 points. In the lead, Jay Denning placed 52nd out of 140 runners with a time of 23 minutes and 6 seconds. Great job to this year's cross-country team.
The Pioneers faced off against St. John Fisher in their final regular season game this past Saturday. The Utica Pioneers headed into this one with a 7-2 record, while St. John Fisher was at 5-4 and hoping to end their season with a winning record. We saw a very well-played defensive game plan from the Pioneers as the defense showed just how dominant they can be by recording their second shutout of the regular season. The Pioneers played a defensively sound game and finished with a killer 6 sacks and 13 tackles for a loss on the day. Senior running back Matt Brantley had a fantastic day on the ground for the Pioneers as he ran it 19 times for 129 yards. And the Pioneers found themselves with 2 touchdowns on the day, courtesy of senior Sam Florio, who rushed 1 score into the end zone, and threw another one to junior tight end Tyler Kalenda as well. The Pioneers would go on to win the game 14-0 and will get set to play in the ECAC Clayton Chapman Bowl against Hobart College. More information about the game will be released in the coming days, so please be on the lookout for when that game will be played. Congrats, guys!
Women's hockey faced off against Wilkes University this past Saturday, leaving quite the statement. Molly Padone led the offensive attack, giving Utica 2 goals early in the afternoon. Emma Corbett provided 2 assists, while 12 other Pioneers registered 1 apiece. After breaking the program record for career shutouts on Friday night, Angela Hawthorne once again put up a fight, only allowing 1 goal for Wilkes on a total of 16 shots. The Pioneers drew 2 in the opening minute of the Saturday's contest, giving them a 5-3 advantage. The Pioneers kept it in a lead with the second half, going 6-1. Early in the period, neither team could find any offense as they battled in the neutral zone. Evidently, Utica doubled Wilkes in shots, 45-23 advantage. The Pioneers defeating the Colonels 7-1.
The Utica University men's wrestling team finished up their performance at the 2023 Bob Del Rosso Ohio Open at Case Western University in Cleveland last Sunday. In the round of 32, freshman Trevor Courtright displayed his dominance by a decision of 8-2. In the second round, Courtright continued his success by winning via takedown just 1 minute and 45 seconds into the match. In the consolation round, Courtright would fall to Ithaca College, and the Pioneers would wrap up their performance in the Open. The Pioneers finished the Open coming in 24th place with 6.5 points.
The women's basketball team went up against Union College this past Monday. Utica jumped into an early 4-0 lead, but after some runs from Union College, the Pioneers found themselves down 4 after the first quarter. In the second, the Pioneers held strong against Union's offensive firepower and kept the game close, only being down by 6 at the half. In the third quarter, Union College began to pull away and took a sizable lead, 57-41 by the end of the fourth quarter. However, the Pioneers' defense showed itself during that quarter with some greatly needed baskets. It was just a 5-point game with under 2 minutes to go. Unfortunately, the Pioneers would go on to fall to Union College by a score of 78-70. Freshman Vanessa Hall finished with a new career high 26 points on 8 makes and 12 attempts, while sophomore Mackenzie Simmons showed her versatility by providing 12 points to go along with 6 steals and 4 rebounds and 2 assists. The Pioneers would fall to 0-3 on the season.
The wrestling team heads to the SUNY AC Championship Saturday, November 18th. This is the first season for the Pioneers wrestling program, and they are looking to get off to a great start against the other schools. The matches begin at 10 a.m. Make sure to root for your Pioneers.
The women's wrestling team will be competing for the first time in program history this Saturday, November 18th. The event will be held in Lynchburg, Virginia. The Pioneers will be competing against 3 schools: Bruin Parker University, Liberty University, and Moore Henry and College.
The Utica men's basketball team will return home next Monday to take on the neighboring SUNY Poly Wildcats in an inter-conference matchup. The Pioneers are currently 1-1 after winning their season opener against SUNY Potsdam and losing their next game on the road at the hands of SUNY Morrisville. SUNY Poly also stands at 1-1 with a loss to SUNY Oswego and a win over Keuka College. Opening tip-off will be at 7 o'clock on Monday night at Mega Court. Make sure to come out and support your Pioneers.
The women's basketball team faces off against SUNY Poly on Tuesday, November 21st. The last time the Pioneers played against the Wildcats last season was where SUNY Poly took home the win 69-53. The Pioneers are looking to rebound with a win. The game will be held at Mega Court at the Clark Athletic Center at 4 p.m. Make sure to come out and cheer on your Pioneers.
Utica women's hockey will have their gold ribbon game next Tuesday, November 21st against Worcester State University. So far, the Pioneers have swept the floor with the Lancers and a 2-0 record. Come on down to the Nexus Center at 7 p.m. to see if they can continue their streak.
And that's all the Utica sports we have for you this week.
Be sure to follow us on social media at UticaUTV on Instagram and visit our website at uticautv.org. Utica TV will not have an overtime episode next week. We hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much for watching, and always remember to
fear the moose.